Hi, welcome to our next video in the Culture Hacker series. My name is Shane Green, and today I want to talk to you about this whole idea of orientation. Now listen, I work with a lot of organizations and I see them investing heavily in getting the right people on. But then they fail to introduce, immerse, and train their staff and really set them up for success. So many companies are still doing that old sink or swim strategy, whereas they throw their new staff right onto the front line. If they swim, fantastic, but if they sink, oh well, let's just go and get the next hire. Various research suggests that within the first 30 days, about 25 to 30% of all turnover happens. Then you add another 15 to 20% in the first year, and suddenly you have to challenge yourself. If you'd done a better job of introducing this new employee to your company, would they have stuck around a little bit longer? Now, when I talk about orientation, I want to differentiate it from onboarding because they are two completely different things. The orientation is your first 1 or 2 days on the job, which is what we'll talk about today. But then there's onboarding. I generally look at that at about 30 to 60 days, which is the various training that sets them up for success. So today, let's talk orientation. Now, when I used to work for the Ritz-Carlton Hotel Company, Horst Schulze, the then CEO, used to remind us as managers all the time that the first day on the job for a new employee is the one opportunity where they're most open to change and where they start to really take in what the priorities of the company are. So ask yourself, what priorities do you cover on the first day? Do you put them through a lot of paperwork? Therefore, they go, oh, paperwork is the priority. Do you go through a lot of rules? Oh, the rules are the priority. Do you just throw them to the front line? Oh, it's the tasks that's the priority. Or do you create a really great first impression, something that truly stands out and covers the right things? So what are the right things that I want to see in the first 1 or 2 days of a new employee starting? First of all, I want to learn about the brand. The brand has to be able to tell me 1 or 2 really key things. What you do, who you do it for, and what makes you unique. And I always think when it comes to brand, this is a great opportunity to get your sales and marketing people involved and help them do that part of the presentation. The next thing I want to understand is the customer. What does their experience, what should it look like, what are their expectations? And again, this is where I like to hear people from the front line, managers, staff, come through and talk about what does the customer want. I really love it when I see videos that actually have the voice of the customer, real life customers telling the new staff why they can make such a difference. The third thing I like to see on the first day is a bit of history. I think it's really important that they understand how the company began, and this is where I love to see executives and owners get involved in that orientation process. Then the final thing, we've got to understand, introduce the values. Make sure your new staff understand how to act and interact with their peers, with the customers, and of course the company themselves. Listen, I urge you, commit to making day one a truly outstanding experience. Something that your employees talk about or maybe even rave about. Because after all, isn't that what you want them to do with your customers? Listen, thanks for tuning in again. My name is Shane, and I look forward to seeing you next time in the Culture Hacker series. Cheers.